Hello and welcome. So if you want to know what my top 10 channels to follow if you're starting to learn code, or you're curious and you want to learn just a little bit more about what all the hype is about, just scroll to the bottom of my channel and you'll see the top 10 channels that I follow, my recommended channels. Enjoy. Those of you who want to stick around and learn or want to know what my opinion is on these channels, what I get out of it, why I've followed them for so long, and it's still, some of them I've followed for years now, these top 10 channels have in common is that they're consistently putting out content that is useful to beginners, explain things in simple terms, and show you something that I guarantee you've never heard of before if you're just starting to learn more about code. And lastly, they've got some personality about it. It can go a long way. So anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's check out some channels that are awesome and I totally recommend for anyone who's learning to code, either is just starting out or knows how to build a few cool things but wants some more inspiration. Let's get at it. So, the first one I love is Traversy Media. The things I like about Traversy Media is just his no-nonsense approach. Brad is awesome. He explains things so clearly, takes things slowly, and all his content is so high quality. And I don't know anyone that doesn't like Traversy Media, so definitely check out his channel. His channel, I reckon, is more for programmers who are aimed at working as a web developer and maybe owning your own business as he does. There's tons of tutorials out there, server-side languages, cool projects, lots of web stuff, but there's heaps of videos that he's created and continues to create. And I hear recently that he's just upped his team as well, so there's more people helping him out with making quality content. So definitely check out Traversy Media. Another one is Schaefer. He hasn't put out a video for a little while, but he just has a way of explaining things. He takes things slow and he doesn't really skip any steps, and a lot of his content is Python specific, and that's perfect for me as that's the language I chose and maybe you chose as well. So yeah, very easy to follow. This is more for coders, hobbyists, and people who also want to get into the industry as well. Next up, Tech with Tim. Now, Tech with Tim is awesome. He's Python specific. He's very knowledgeable, a young guy as well. He's been coding since he was 12, which is amazing to me. I know what I was like when I was 12, and I was definitely not coding and doing cool things like he was. So yeah, he's got a huge range of content. All his tutorials are very polished. He's very knowledgeable. His channel is great for people who are wanting to up their skills, and whether it's you're curious about or you're just a hobbyist to wanting to get a job, his content's fantastic. So definitely check out Tech with Tim. Now, this next one is exciting for me because I love Cal Halden. He offers something that is very unique, especially in the coding sphere that I'm aware of anyway. You won't see many tutorials or any tutorials really with Cal, but he has such a fresh take on what life can be like as a programmer and wanting to learn more about programming. And he offers a lot of rich content that is beautiful to watch. His cinematography, his sound design is amazing. He's quite an inspired coder. Explain it as. He offers a lot of inspiration for people who want to think outside the box. He's got very original content. I don't know, I feel like sometimes he could read the phone book and I would just want to sit and listen and watch him do it. He has this really artistic take on how people want to learn new things and keep learning. Definitely an aspect of programming. It can be pretty dry, and he offers just almost an entertaining way of thinking about new concepts. So definitely check out Cal, he's great. Okay, next up is Python Simplified is awesome. It's the host, she's so playful and also methodical in the way she explains certain concepts and ideas. She's got fresh ideas. She's a cool looking Tkinter app that she makes, which, often when you look at Tkinter apps, they're very bland and although functional, which is what you want it to work. yeah, she's got a great way to style tick into apps. And some video that I found recently that is really cool is compiling an app on Windows for an Android app using the Linux subsystem. So if that's all a bit of jargon to you, that's okay. But she manages to give you a tutorial on that and explains the whole thing. And I found it really valuable. So definitely check out Python Simplified. She's great. Next up is Fireship. Fireship is awesome. His content's great. He's very knowledgeable across a range of languages. He has a video that, builds an app with 10 different, stacks and frameworks, which is awesome. Like, you have to know a lot about coding to work that all out in so many different languages. I will say he has a reductive nature to his videos. And what I mean by that is he really knows how to get to the point and quickly. He has a whole range of videos that have, a subject in 100 seconds. And very knowledgeable guy. I find him quite witty and kind of comedic as well. So it's easy to watch. And he has tons of content on his page. So definitely check out him. He's very knowledgeable, specifically if you want to learn more about other languages and what's possible in a developer space. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Now, this channel doesn't need no introduction. Free Code Camp. Even if you don't know much about coding, maybe you've still heard of it. It is huge. I think they have 6 million subscribers now, which is incredible. And a lot of their tutorials, it's basically tutorial based, and a lot of their tutorials is so thorough, and it goes from learning about Arduinos, little computers, to C# programming. It's basically got every language under the sun. If you want to learn more about it, they've got a video on it. And more often than not, their videos, go 5 hours, 7 hours, 13 hours. It's really, their content is giving you a whole textbook in a video. So if that's up your alley and you learn best that way, then definitely check out Free Code Camp. It needs no introduction, but it has to be in my top 10. I've learned so much from them. Is Code with Anyakubo. I think that's how you say her name. My apologies if she ever watches this, which I doubt it. But she's fantastic. She's fun, she's friendly, she's driven, she's intelligent. I mean, she has a 12-hour video bootcamp course because she wanted to give people a free version of a bootcamp, because I think that's how she got started too in coding. She did a bootcamp herself, but she's then corrected the course and made one herself for free for others to watch. So definitely check out her page. It's not so much Python based, it's more like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, which is a great way to learn more about code, especially if you're into app development and web development. Yeah, you've got to check out her page. And she has this really fun way of delivering her content, which, you've got to check out. So some of her videos are a bit more advanced, but she also has beginner content as well, so feel free. Okay, 2 to go. So, Clement Mihaleshku. I'm sorry, mate. I'm going to struggle with that name. But yeah, this guy has kind of done it all. If you want to hear from someone who has been to Facebook and Google and worked in those environments and flourished and done well and now has created their own business, you got to follow Clement. He's fantastic. He kind of gives you a more broader perspective on not just coding and programming, although, if you listen to him explain any algorithm or data structure, you will understand it by the time he's finished his explanation, because he's very good at explaining those concepts. He also gives you a broader aspect on what it's like to own your own business as a programmer and things to think about there. So that's definitely a fresh take, and I don't see often. And I guess you want to hear it from the horse's mouth, as you say. You want to hear it from someone who's been there and done that, and this guy has done it. So yeah, check out his page. It's pretty inspiring. I don't know if it's beginner friendly, but if you're curious, definitely check it out. And last but not least, Web Dev Simplified. Love this guy. Kyle, you're a legend. He definitely has a way of explaining things that cuts out all the nonsense. He often doesn't use jargon and terminologies that may confuse other people and beginners. And he offers a fun, playful way of talking about how he's going to explain something and gets straight to the point. His channel is more around like JavaScript projects, React projects, more web-based and web app type stuff. Not so much, I don't think he does any Python stuff, but yeah, his real succinct way of explaining concepts clearly also offers some videos about how to prepare and get people job ready, including videos about interviews, and there's definitely some good stuff there. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that's spurred you on to at least check out some awesome channels that will really kind of get the ideas flowing, get the inspiration going if you're wanting to learn more about coding, or you're just curious and you want to dabble and just see what all the fuss is about. So I hope this helps you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.